And increasing violence during lockdown is inevitable due to the increasing unemployment rate and marital conflicts. And that puts domestic survivors in a more vulnerable position during lockdown, especially in emerging countries, because many women do not even have access to technology. And that's at an extra layer and barrier when it comes to seek assistance and appropriate help.
Could you please describe what kind of abuse women are mainly facing during this COVID-19 lockdown?
Survivors could experience multiple abuses all at once during the lockdown. First one is using emotional abuse, making partner feel bad about themselves, humiliating them, making them feeling guilty. And the second one is using isolation, controlling what she does, what she sees and talks to, limiting her outside involvement, using jealousy to justify actions. And then the third part is minimizing, denying, and blaming. Last but not least, using intimidation.
So what advice can you give us as a therapist to females that are suffering or have suffered abuse during the lockdown to cope up with their mental health?
Talk nicely to themselves. It could be, you are enough, you're good enough, you're smart enough, you're strong enough, you're beautiful enough, and you always will be. Do not take responsibility for all the conflicts. The reason to cause that conflict doesn't only take one part, it takes two parties. And third point is to have a lot of self-compassion. Self-compassion, in short, is giving yourself the same compassion and kindness that you would give to people you care. And the fourth tip is very, very, very important. Talk to a mental health professional, preferably one who specializes in treating trauma victims. Talk to a friend or a family member that you trust, or use the national helpline. Every country might have national helpline for confidential support, and also take action by seeking justice if necessary. And the fifth tip is know who you will call when you need support. What techniques can help you to calm down? Could be deep breathing, or we can use the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 grounding techniques. If we want to calm down, we can ask ourselves, what are the 5 things that we can see? What are the 4 things that we can hear? What are the 3 smells that we can smell? What are the 2 things that we can touch? And what is this 1 food that we want to taste right now? This is a very quick and instant grounding technique that we can use to help us to calm down.
Okay, thank you. Is there anything you would like to add or any reflection in general?
Emerging countries, and also in certain cultures, mental health is something that no one really talk about, and many people do not know what does mental health even mean. That could potentially create a barrier. Again, raising awareness on mental health and breaking the mental health stigma is very crucial for social development.